Okay, we just went over why videos are important on social media. Now we're going to work about each platform. We're going to go over each one and talk about what types of videos you want to do for each platform and some of the demographics there just to refresh. So, for example, on Facebook, they do allow you to have up to 240 minutes long of a video. They recommend around 3 minutes. However, as you heard in the last video, people drop off after 2, so it's important to really pack a punch. Make sure you're making really engaging videos. There's a few different types of videos. You can do stories. You can do kind of more of a wide frame video that you put up that would be also formatted similarly for YouTube. You can make square videos, which work really well for mobile, and since most of our viewers are going to be on mobile, you're going to want to take advantage of that. Stories are tall videos, so you have a little bit different of a ratio, and they are much more of like the 5 to 15 seconds, and you can also make ads that way that they can insert in videos and insert in stories as well. So I have some of the length here, the size recommendations, and then I also have some demographic stats. So 43% of women and 57% men on this platform. 83% of women and 75% of men that are on the internet in total have a Facebook account. So it's a huge, huge platform. We have 2.37 billion monthly active users, and 500 million people watch videos every single day. 84% of video marketers share videos on Facebook, and Facebook gets 8 billion video views daily. So Facebook has become the biggest video platform on the internet. I know a lot of people use YouTube, but YouTube is a little bit more of a how to do this, how to do that, or I want to sit back and watch longer videos. Facebook is much more of just a scrolling platform, and so the first 3 seconds is so important. It really needs to grab their attention and pull them in and then keep them engaged. Instagram video is a little bit different from Facebook, but very similar. It's a lot more focused on stories. You can put a story on Instagram and have it bounce straight to Facebook, so your Facebook and your Instagram stories can be synced and be the same, and you only need to post it once, which is nice. They have Instagram TV, which is a viewing platform. We can have videos up to 10 minutes. The first minute of it goes on the grid, so you can have up to a 1-minute video on your actual grid that people scroll on their little timeline and see. And the size ratio is here. It's tall videos. You can do square videos for your grid, but since everything's really optimized to be for Instagram TV, recommend sticking with this aspect ratio right here, 9:16. So the demographic, there's 1 billion monthly users, 500 million daily users. There's a huge chunk of them that are a little bit younger, and there's a huge percentage of the younger audience that is on Instagram, that they all have Instagram accounts. So it's a pretty common platform for people to consume their content in that age group. Whereas Facebook is a little bit older. You have a lot of seniors and a lot of people between the ages of 50 and 64 are actually on Facebook. It's a good place to reach them if they're your demographic. For YouTube, they really engaged content. If you're good at making it and you're doing a good job, recommend videos of the length of 10 to 15 minutes. You also want to make sure that it's framed really well, that the image is really nice. See, when you're on Facebook and when you're on Instagram, they just auto start playing for the most part. So it's not as important that you have a solid thumbnail, though I do recommend you still do it so it looks clean and it looks nice, especially when people just click on your page and then click on your videos. They can just see it all lined out. It's got a nice title on it or whatever, and it's just easy to click on. And of course, with all images, try to make the text less than 20% of the image so that it doesn't impede its reach. You don't have to do text at all on them, but just something to know for Instagram and Facebook. For YouTube, it's got 2 billion monthly users, and over 90% of 18 to 44-year-old Americans said that they watch YouTube, and 80% of the people from the age of 45 to 64 also watch videos on YouTube. 50% are female, and most people on the platform have a college degree. So it's a nice place to educate people, a nice place for people to, DIY projects or how-to videos. if you were to put out a video on either unboxing or product usage, YouTube is a fantastic place to put it. It's also really simple to put up a YouTube video and then embed it inside of your article. Now, technically, you can embed photos and videos from Facebook as well, and Instagram to your articles on most platforms, especially WordPress. But YouTube is kind of a standard platform that will toss things up and then embed it inside of a website. So TikTok is a newer platform, but it has exploded. So 1 billion users, most of it are younger, a little bit more male than female, and just a hugely younger population. Now, what's interesting about TikTok, even if your demographic isn't over here, it's good to keep an eye on the younger platforms, because as YouTube and Facebook want to make themselves immortal, they will start targeting more and more what younger generations want. And younger generations typically want short form content. They want it to be super engaging. They want to give you 5 seconds to really get them in, to enroll them. And then after 15 seconds, they're going to be bored. They're going to drop off. So 15 to 60 second videos is all TikTok is about. And they really prioritize if you get a full watch through or multiple watch throughs. That's what they prioritize in the algorithm. So pay attention to this, because some of these other platforms are going to start making their content follow the trends of TikTok, so that they can keep exploding in users as well. A lot of the younger groups of people say that they don't want to be on Facebook because they don't want to be hanging out where their parents are. So Facebook might eventually create more platforms that feel separate, that are much more along the lines of how TikTok operates. Next, we get into some of our other platforms that I'm sure you've heard of. So we have Twitter. Twitter has videos on there. They have them up to 140 seconds, so they're not very long, but it's a good place to put up just a little bit of content here and there, keep people engaged. They seem to prefer square videos, but I would definitely recommend testing a 1-to-1 ratio square video on there. Since most users are still on their mobile device. 321 million monthly users, 34% of Twitter users are female, 66% are male. So just keep that in mind when you're making content. 90% of Twitter video views happen on mobile. So 90% of Twitter video views happen on mobile, so just another mobile-centric platform. LinkedIn, we have 3 second to 10 minute video. Something to keep in mind is you can't insert a thumbnail at this point. They will likely change that in the future, but for right now it's a younger video platform. They perform really well. I recommend around 2 minutes for a video, but I also recommend having your first image be whatever you want for the thumbnail. You can insert just a 1-slide image of your actual cover, a thumbnail that you would have put on, like, for example, a YouTube video. But you don't have to do it that way. You could just let it be what it is, because it's just going to start auto-playing. The demographic is 50% male, 43% female, 25% of millennials have a LinkedIn account, and 260 million monthly active users. Is a great place to post content that is targeted towards other business owners, towards professionals, and you can educate and work really well over here with video. Pinterest, we have 30-minute max, but they recommend 1 to 3 minutes, especially if you're going to do any ads. It's the aspect ratio right here. We have 70% of Pinterest users are female, 80% of them are mothers. So just so you know, if you're looking for a woman, a mother, buying for children, children's products, husband products, those kinds of things, this is a nice place to hang out and find them. Half of Pinterest users earn $50,000 or more a year, and 250 million monthly users. Snapchat, you can make up to 10-second videos. They do disappear over time, so it's a very, easy come, easy go. It's not gonna last. Your content, you have to keep it fresh all the time, kind of like stories. But if you're already doing stories for Instagram, you might as well put them up over here and start building a little bit of traction. Here's your aspect ratios for those videos. Tall, demographic, 93 million users, 61% are female. Again, a younger audience, and so keep an eye on this one. And use it in the same way that we use LinkedIn, kind of as if you can study the differences of like of TikTok. So I would definitely look at TikTok and see what they're doing better than Snapchat, because they've grown so much faster and they are reaching a much bigger audience. So that's very important. And then again, mobile friendly is a must if you're making videos. I can't stress this enough. mobile phone viewers are thought to reach 175 million people. 90% of consumers watch videos on their mobile devices. 92% of mobile video viewers share videos with others, so they're just very quick to hit that share button, text it to their friends, send it over Facebook Messenger, or somehow give it to them. So check it out, keep them engaged, and here's why we need videos. You know, if you haven't taken a chance to listen to last video's stats, you're gonna, mind blown. It's incredible how impactful these things are.